And again, this is where religion really messes up this thing to a level you can't understand. Because it is Christianity that taught the Afrikaner when he came here that God was cooking people in a pot. Humanity was in a pot. This is on paper.
Yeah.
The Dutch Reformed theology. So he took out the whites first. That's why they are white. The next, he took out the Indians and the coloreds. That's why they're light in complexion. He thought he was going to take out the blacks. Then the story says he forgot the blacks in the bottom of the pot. That's why they bent and they are black.
Penny.
Now, then Christianity says, you are a chosen nation.
Oh, the covenant.
To this group now. You are a chosen nation. And listen to dangerous verses. Wherever your foot will go, I'll give you that land. I'll send you to the land of the Gentiles who don't know, and I'll give you that land. And then the Afrikaner, when he comes into South Africa, he says, God gave us this land. And God gave them the land because the people they found on the land were pagan and did not believe in Jesus. And because they believed in Jesus and they are the children of the Most High, therefore they have power and authority over the people that are non-believers.
The Kafirs.
I want you to
Kafir is a
understand,
non-believer.
this is serious because the whole idea of apartheid is not politics. It's religion. Therefore, if you don't believe in Jesus, you don't deserve dignity, you don't deserve respect, you don't deserve land. And me who believe in Jesus, as that other white man from Harry Smith, whatever it is, spoke out blatantly.
Lord Smith.
Not Lord Smith, man. This is a pastor who does crusades there, who puts on a big hat.
Oh, Buchanan.
Yeah. Spoke up and he said, only us,
the covenant,
Afrikaners and white people made a covenant with God. Oh, wow.
That's
and the
Buchanan,
rest of you, and then he'd come back a few days, of course, and apologize for religious reasons. But he had already said it, and we heard him. And by saying that the only ones with the covenant, it means that all of us, 50 million later, who don't have a covenant with God, we don't have access to water, we don't have access to land, we don't have access to respect and dignity. And then the Constitution is written not for the 50 million, it's written to protect the rights of the 2 million.
For as long as you are not politically conscientized, your mind will never be liberated. And that is not a dramatic statement, it is a historical one. Steve Biko said it best: the most potent weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the minds of the oppressed. And that is not poetry, it was strategy. Biko understood that before you control land, you control thought. Before you control labor, you control perception. If people internalize inferiority, if they defend systems that disadvantage them, then you no longer need change because the cage becomes psychological. Political consciousness is not about anger. It is about clarity. It is about recognizing that economic exclusion did not fall from the sky. It was engineered, it was legislated, it was protected, and it was constructed politically. Therefore, it must be dismantled politically. When you are not politically conscientized, you confuse proximity to power with power itself. You celebrate access without ownership. You debate or you argue personalities instead of interrogating policies. Biko's philosophy of Black consciousness was never about hate. It was about mental emancipation. It was about reclaiming dignity, self-identity, and intellectual sovereignty. He knew that once the mind is free, resistance becomes disciplined and strategic. So no, you are not liberated because you can vote. You are not liberated because you can speak. You are liberated because you can analyze. You are liberated because you can question. You are liberated because you are able to trace inequality back to its source and refuse to accept it as normal.
Khathi sake safika eSouth Africa sencindezelo yabantu. Iyodwa into abantu ababeyikhalela liberation, inkululeko. Okuthe makufika u94 kwaba khona intokozo enkulu ngoba seyizofika lento yokudala beyilwela inkululeko. Wafika u94 wedlula kodwa namhlanje kusakhulunywa ngenkululeko ngoba noma sinayo inkululeko kodwa siyafana nabantu abangenayo. Ngihlangane nevideo ka President Cyril Ramaphosa ekhuluma ngalesimo esibhekene naso senhlupheko sendlala ikakhulukazi majority ke abantu bala eSouth Africa abantu abamnyama. Kodwa ethi Yonke lento eyenzakalayo is not by mistake, it's not happening by mistake, but it's by design. Yingakho ngiqale ngale video kaSis Lori Ranzo ngoba ukhuluma ngengqondo. Ukhuluma ngento ebaluleke kabi, ingqondo. Ngifisa ke sithi silalela lento esho President Cyril Ramaphosa kodwa siye kancane sibheke kancane nehistory ukuze yonke lento sizoyixoxa kule video wakho umqondo kithi.
Our local economies are not failing by accident. They are producing exactly the results they were designed to produce. When you look at the spatial architecture of our country, you see precisely how the apartheid system designed the mess that we have today. Many of the businesses that one sees in every street in our country where families are trying to eke a living out of what they do, could have been much bigger businesses had they not been restricted by the apartheid laws, which ruled that you can only do business up to a certain level in a particular area. So immediately many of our business people had a glass ceiling. They could see the blue sky, but there was a glass ceiling. And the glass ceiling was the laws, the spatial development in our country that held them back. Now, that was by design. Today, we must redesign that. We must redesign and smash the glass ceiling so that the blue sky can be clearer, so that we can better empower small and medium enterprises. And if we want different outcomes, if we want more jobs, more thriving small businesses, more inclusive growth, then we must re-engineer the system itself. At the heart of this conversation, ladies and gentlemen, is a simple truth. Local economies do not grow by chance. They grow by design. We need to redesign everything so that they can grow. And today, that design is broken. Small enterprises, the very backbone, as I've said, of our economy, needs to be looked at afresh.
Phutha elenze ngesikhathi ANC ingene emandleni ukuthi they didn't redesign njengoba esho President Cyril Ramaphosa, kodwa they inherited the system which was not designed for upliftment ne-liberation nayo yonke into for i-majority, but it was designed ukuthi i-sustain i-minority. Bona bayi-adopta injengoba injalo, abangeza nayo inguquko. Into eyenzeka bashintsha ubuso obumhlophe ngena obumnyama. That's the biggest achievement kulaba ababecindezela abantu ngaleso sikhathi ngoba kuma negotiations lento ababeyilwela ukuthi ningaguquli lutho, nishiye izinto zinjengoba zinjalo. Uma ke befike ivumelwaneni lezi abafika kuzo ngempela iANC sabambelele kulezo inqumo lezo.
Not normal that after democracy we have got white minorities that still benefit from apartheid in
And
a
still
country with a
protected.
black majority
And still protected and fight about it.
And you know what, Mac? What makes me even more mad is that they're not protected by just whites. They're protected by blacks. Black politicians are protecting white privilege. And you can quote me, black politicians are protecting white privilege. That is not normal. It doesn't make sense. You cannot have democracy without economic justice.
Do you then think that the ANC has failed its people? Because they're the liberators, right?
Yeah.
There's a time when they had the 2/3 majority.
Yeah.
They put in policies. They could have changed the constitution. They could have changed policies. They could have made sure that we're not where we are here. So you are right. They've allowed for it. They've protected it. And now it's too late.
I think that the African National Congress needs to take a deep look at what they've been given and what they chose to give away. They were given the trust of the majority of this country. They were given. When my parents went to vote, my mother's first ID copy she obtained was an ID copy to make sure that she went to go and vote. Right? Our fathers, my father had to be taken out of a hospital because the apartheid police were looking for him. And that's the story of many of our parents, right? Some of our parents don't know where their siblings are buried because the apartheid police made sure that that never happened, right? And when 1994 happened and the country was given and the black, even Indian and colored, right, majority said, here's the country. Let's steer it into the direction of true prosperity. What did you do with the vote? I also have to be fair to the African National Congress because you're not Jesus. You're not going to solve the world's problem in a day, right? You're not. There are certain
You can't
issues.
change 300 years.
You can't change 300 years of colonialism and apartheid in just 30 years. I think that is also something that we need to acknowledge. But within the limited time that you have, don't steal from the people. Within the time frame that you've got, don't steal. Don't end up at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. Don't end up in spaces where you're looking at the Zondo Commission of Inquiry. Don't end up at the Zondo Commission of Inquiry. Let me not hear that you were receiving frozen chicken. Like it's not the time, right? It's not the time. We let me not hear that there was a conversation around frozen chicken. Let me not hear that there were conversations.
Or BBLs for that matter.
Or buildings that were leased out by, SAPS or SAPS buildings that were supposed to be there and the contract was just done irregularly. Let me not hear that because you were given the country and the majority of this country said, let's lead us to a better place. But again, it goes back to how we negotiated. How did we negotiate this democracy? And if we look at how we negotiated this democracy, what we also have to pay into mind is that this wonderful constitution that we speak of is supposed to be a living document. And I don't know if many people know that the constitution is a living...
It is.
Qinisile Faith Mayethi, we can't undo damage eyenzeka for about 300 years in just 30 years. Kodwa, being in the right direction, yabona bathi a journey of 1,000 miles begin with a single step. If wena ukwi-direction right, lo 30 years ngabe unomehluko empilweni zabantu. Ukube nje ANC yayine-intention, ine-goal. Uthi former president uJacob Zuma, into bona babeyazi kangcono nababeyitrainelwe ukuketula umbuso. Iyona nto ababeyazi kangcono. Kwase kufika isikhathi sokuthi abaphathe izwe. Kwafuneka ukuthi bashintshe kodwa ngeshwa labo abayitholanga itraining yokuthi izwe liphathwa kanjani. Angisi-understandanga le statement sakhe ekuqaleni kodwa manje sengisizwa kahle futhi sengiyabona. Yingakho bathi mabethatha umbuso bangakwazi ukuthi bethi asiguqule lama policies. Ngesikhathi sika former president uThabo Mbeki, ANC yakuyaba ne2/3 majority. Yagcina lapho. Yayinamandla ukuthi ingaguqula noma yini. Ngiyakhumbula ukuthi emavikini adlule bambuzile ukuthi njengoba wake wathola i2/3 majority, kungani udaba lomhlaba ungazange ulungise ukuthi ubuyisele umhlaba kubantu? Wathi ANC ayizange identify lokho njenge priority, njengento efuneka yenzeke. Kusho ke umuntu wayinikeziwe 2/3 majority. Kodwa ke iphuzu elivezwa uFaith ukuthi it matters ukuthi kwa negotiate kwathiwani. Ngoba angeke uyiguqule lemithetho, angeke uziguqule le system uma uthi ufuna ukuyiguqula kusukuma wonke umuntu including abantu abamnyama bame ngeenyawo baphuthuma ecourt bethi siyokuvimba ukuze ingaphumeleli lento uthi ufuna ukuyenza. Ngoba the system idesigniwe ukuthi abantu abamnyama funa bahlale behlezi la bakhona enhluphekweni. Njengoba eshilo uPresident Cyril Ramaphosa usholo yena uthe mayesephumile ngaphandle sebembuza ngale statement kade sisho wayesekhuluma kanje.
The townships are still held back by the special architecture. the spatial architecture of the past.
How so when ANC has been in government for 30 years plus
The
now?
spatial architecture is what we've been working on. I mean, you can't go and uproot the whole Chiawelo township and go and put it in the middle of Johannesburg. But what you should do is to enable those businesses to operate without feeling the heavy burden of the past laws. So that is what I was saying. This should be done. Take out all the regulations and make sure that those businesses function. Now, we're dealing with special architecture of the apartheid era here. And we can't, where did you grow up with?
Ginsburg.
Ginsburg. We can't take it Ginsburg. So if Paya Emonti or if it's a don, we can't. But we've got to make sure that the interlinkage between the Ginsburg and Kompo are such that abantu base Ginsburg, they operate well.
In fact, somebody that I once interviewed described this township as a concentration camp. He said it's actually a concentration camp. It was a place where you go and put your head down for a little bit so that you can come to work for them in the morning. Have you ever wondered, just the basics, why are there no trees in the township? Because carbon monoxide was supposed to be emitted through, what is it called? Our gas, the way that we put in Dimbaula, right? We've got the way of heating, right? What gets emitted through the way that we heated? Carbon monoxide, right? It was nothing that was, so where does that get caught? When we do normal, right? Carbon monoxide, where does it get caught up? In trees. The township does not have trees. Why is that? Compare the township to Hyde Park.
Of course.
The townships don't have trees, but the townships do have a tavern, a church, and a school. A tavern, a church, and the school. So you send the kids to the school, you send the men to the tavern, you send the women to the church. And what is that to do? And I'm not criticizing education. I'm in the space of education.
Yeah.
But the tavern is made to keep you lull. And this is coming from somebody who, and again, the tavern, let's tackle the tavern.
Yes, because it's a construct, Akira Kokas.
It's a construct.
Yes.
Who constructed it? White oppressors. They gave you a tavern. A tavern is not even a concept high. A tavern is actually something that comes in from far away. It's an actual European.
Yeah, it comes from the UK.
Tavern
Yes.
comes from the UK.
Yes.
It's not African. A tavern is not African. A tavern was created, back to alcohol, was to make sure that slaves were malleable. Slaves were given alcohol to make sure that they are malleable so that you can move them around and transport them. That's why even in the agricultural sector, in the farms, what is it? The DOP system the DOP system is still a very functional system. What does the DOP system do? Keep you so lull that you're able to work for the master continuously because you're dependent on this DOP. So the tavern was created to ensure that you remain lull. Alcohol in itself, being drunk, and I'm not saying don't enjoy a glass of wine. Yes. But alcohol in itself was created so that you stay in a state of lullness, so that you are malleable to the oppressors. The church, right?
Kwathi ngolunye usuku ngenza ivideo ngafaka ivideo omunye ubhuti owathi mawuthola ithuba unalo nje ithuba phuma elokishini. Bangihlasela abantu comment section. Hayi lokishi alinankinga. Ngabona ukuthi akusizi ngoba uthi umuntu engenalwazi aphinda afuna ukulwa nawe kunokuthi azihluphe ngokwazi nokuthi abuzeke ukuthi kungani uthi abantu abaphume elokishini. Ngoba umuntu ongakaqondi ukuthi ilokishi malikhandwa likhandwe laba i-concentration camp. Indlela okwakhiwe ngayo kusondelana kwezindlu imigwaqo yonke lento le yakhelwe ukuthi abantu ufuna baphile ngendlela ethize. Yingakho sibona lemphumela ekhona. Abantu basemalokishini baphuza automatically nabasemakhaya kefana baphuza automatically. Ama-tavern maningi. Ama-library ayashoda ngoba lento yokufunda yikho kithi. Yabona njengoba kwakhiwe kahle i-system architect yangaleso sikhathi yayifuna ukuthi ilokishi nelokishi ifuna libe nehholo, kube neposi, kube ne-tavern, kube nesonto, nesikole. Ngoba kwakufuneka impilo yabantu igcineke lapho bezonikwa lolu hlobo lemfundo ababezonikwa lona ezokwazi ukuthi liba preparele ukuthi bayokwazi ukusebenza impilo yabo yonke besebenzela ubasi. Ingakho ngithe kule video yamanje ngifisa ukuthi siwuthinte kancane umlando. Kuwumlando lokho ngoba kufuneka sikuqonde ukuthi ukwakhiwa kwamalokishi awakhiwanga ngephutha. Yonke lento eyenzeka ayenzekanga ngephutha. It's by design ukuze ikhiphe lemphumela esibonayo namhlanje. Iqiniso nje lelo esingeke size selibalekele. Ngiyabuya kwiphuzu lika president. Kodwa nje ngisafuna ukukhuluma ngalo kwamalokishi. Kune video engifisa ukuyicaphuna la ethinta indaba yesonto. Kungenzeka iYouTube ingiphikise kungiphoqa ukuthi angiyikhathe out le video. Kodwa uma engangiphikisanga uzoba nenhlahlo kuyibona.
Life for all races in South Africa has been shaped and influenced by its religious institutions. For the Afrikaners and their nationalist government, the Dutch Reformed Church provides a morality and a mystique. Religious authority and political power are united in South Africa to a degree probably unsurpassed in the modern world.
Church believes in apartheid. We believe that they must be evangelized, and everyone that is born again, he knows his place as a native or a colored. Get the native to believe in Jesus Christ, and you have met your problem halfway. Then he is obedient, trustworthy, and your real help and friend. And then he learns to love his master. The master again will be kind and appreciating.
Angeke sikubalekele ukuthi i-religion was part of the apartheid. That is the reason why uma kwakhiwa amalokishi kwakufanele kube khona isonto. Isonto laline role enkulu efuneka lidlalwe yilo. Enkulu role. Uma iYouTube ivumelile le video ngiyivalile ke video ngadlala iaudio yakhona. Kodwa lo mama usho into ebalekile uthi if so Christian uzofunda ukuthi you must obey your master because bazokufundela iBhayibheli elizosho njalo ngoba inkolo yasetshenziswa njengethuluzi lokucindezela abantu abamnyama. Inkolo ingakho abantu bethiwa ama-Christian names. Mawuqhamuka nje undukuzempi bakutshela no awuye ezulwini. Kufanele ube uJohn, ube uSarah, ube uJames, ube uPeter, ube uMaria. Ngiyabonga mina nginalo igama labacindezeli. Kodwa nje lelo gama lelo kwakufanele kube ne-Christian name. uNelson Mandela abazali bakhe akaze bamethe igama bathi uNelson Mandela. Uthi yena mayizikhulumela wafika esikoleni. Uma ibuzwa igama wathi uhola ihlahla wathi uthisha awunayo iChristian name. Wathi akana wathi kusuka namhlanje sewuNelson. Uze washone uNelson. Akalazi ukuthi leli gama lisho ukuthini. Ngoba isonto laliyingxenye yokucindezelwa kwabantu. Inkolo yaba ingxenye yokucindezelwa kwabantu. Yingakho mongabheka siyasonta bo njengabantu abamnyama. Uma ungazipha nje ithuba ubheke yithi esikhola ukwedlula wonke umuntu. Sikholiwe hayi kancane. Kodwa sizenzi sanikezwa.
Submission to the church. The church was brought in by missionaries to South Africa. It was part of the slave trade, it was part of oppression.
Yes.
The church was not there to liberate the black man. The church was brought in to keep the black man in a state of obedience to the white man. That's why the church was brought in. That's why even in some churches, whether you're looking at the previous NG Kerk or the previous church, oppression, right? The term kafir right? The term non-believer,
non-believer, yes.
was perpetuated in the church. So what happened with the church in the Afrikaner churches? They would tell the people who attended church, the Afrikaner oppressors, that what you're doing is actually serving God because you are getting rid of these kafirs. These kafirs need to be kept away because they are against the word of God. That's why apartheid was infiltrated through the church. Right? Apartheid teachings were infiltrated through the church. Apartheid was infiltrated through the church. Oppression was an instrument that was used in the church. Now, the same people who used oppression in the church, you expect to be the same people who are going to give you the Bible and say, you know what, guys? This is going to make you prosperous. And I say this as somebody, yes, I do love going to church, but I think that we also need to be able to critically think and critically ask the questions why.
You know, I've always asked her, I so bone mewa lekgowa a kentse uniform.
No.
I've Methodist, I've never seen white people dressed like this.
No, they don't.
Wang understand? So now Rona tshwanetse re uniform bo mmele bo ntate ba wesele, they dressed in this uniform so that they can go obey their master at the church. And I've said, like, I've never ever seen, and throughout the world, unless it's obviously the big sort of, processions and the big days, then they'll wear some semblance of uniform, but they don't. Why don't
Kuningi ebesengakukhuluma mayelana nalesihloko nje esisithintayo. Kodwa yonke lento isuswa inkulumo ka-President Cyril Ramaphosa. Njengoba esho ukuthi the system e-apartheid nanamhlanje sasicindezela. Uqinisile ngoba bona mabethatha umbuso bengena emandleni abazange baguqule lutho. Kodwa bayigcina le system njengoba injalo. Kukhona umuntu engifuna ukumcapha namanje. Ukhuluma iphuzu elibalekile eliyiphendulayo yonke lenkulumo kaPresident Cyril Ramaphosa. Ngifuna ukucaphunela yena ngoba uyibeka kangcono lenkulumo. Cela uzwe nangu uzisi.
Well, I think most of South Africa's problems are caused by ourselves. We are responsible for the problem. It's not the outside world has an impact, but it has an impact equally on everybody else. It doesn't single out South Africa. What is happening in the Gulf doesn't single out South Africa. It impacts on China, on India, on Europe, on South America, on the United States. It impacts on the whole world. We have our own homemade problems. And one of the biggest problems we have, the South African economy transfers too much resources to the public service. We spend a lot of money on the civil service. The money that should be going to investment, to repair our highways, to build new power stations, all that goes to the salaries of the civil service. South Africa has one of the highest paid civil service as a percentage of GDP. And the IMF, it's interesting that the minister has been having meetings with the International Monetary Fund. I hope they reminded him that the salaries that are being paid in South Africa are destroying the economy of South Africa. So that is our own decision. It's nothing to do with the outside world.
And it's interesting because when he speaks to Sherwin, he talks about the shocks, right? He goes back to a time of COVID, of state capture, etc. But when you talk about this public sector wage bill, for example, in the budget just this year, he speaks about 850 billion being spent there. And it's been a conversation, if one can say, or even a wish of government for quite some time to deal with this issue of the public sector wage bill. But it feels like it's rhetoric and it's not something that is actually being done. I don't know if you get that sense as well.
Well, they have a program of early retirement. But what was interesting, at the same time as they announced an early retirement program for the civil servants, they increased the age of retirement. So Now, who's fooling whom? So no, they're not serious about it because they are primary beneficiaries. The politicians themselves are paid these huge salaries. So they are not prepared to do anything about it. They want to talk about it because international organizations like the IMF are saying to them, you have to do something about it. Then they make a few public statements.
Baba uZizila Moeletsi Mbeki akaqala ukisho lento kodwa kwayisho ngaphambilini ukuthi iSouth Africa ispenda imali eningi ukubhadala ama-civil servants abasebenzi laba bakahulumeni kunokuthi bathathe leyo mali bayi-invest. Iningi imali ekhokhelwa bona. Uma ngathiwa nje ngoba bebehola about 100 and something thousand. Ikhuphukile. Ngiyakhumbula ukuthi sikhulumile ngayo ngoDisemba. Ikhuphukile ngempela imali eholwa yibo. Njengoba besho nje ukuthi sikhuluma nje ngama-salaries wabo. Awukakabali ama-bodyguard. Ngiyakhumbula uFaith ekhuluma nomunye ukuthi kuthiwa baspenda 3 billion kuma-bodyguard nje. Protection yabo as a cabinet lonke o minister o deputy minister 3 billion. Khumbula i-department leya ka social development yaspenda 3 million. Ngikhuluma imali espendwa beyispenda kubo instead of ngabe ba investa ku infrastructure. So akusiza ukublame i-apartheid ekubeni ungenzi izinto ngendlela right. Makufuneka ngabe kuthathwa imali le i-investor eindaweni ezi-right kungenziwa. Inkinga iyo leyo nje enkulu. Njengoba esho ubaba uZizila ukuthi inkinga ezinazo eSouth Africa zikhozwe yibo abantu base-South Africa. Mawukhumbula inkulumo kaFaith ethi abantu base-South Africa, black political parties or black politicians bangalwa uba ngokuthi banganqamuka izandla bezama ukuvikela the system eyacreatwa laba abantu be-apartheid esabhenefitha that minority ngoba bangama-beneficiaries. Uma ungathi ake siguqule le system, uma siqeda kuyiguqula le system ebese siza nesu lokuthi senze njani ukuze kunciphe ama-salaries wethu kodwa kuthathwe le mali investe ku-infrastructure. Angeke sibe bikho nesidingo sokuthi kuyothathwa i-loan. Why bengaholi 60,000 70,000 ngenyanga? Why bengaholi leyo mali leyo? Umuntu nomuntu njalo uzo 50,000 uthathe lo 50,000 investwe. Angeke baze bavuma bona, angeke baze bavuma. Uma ngathiwa nje khona i-political party eproposa lokho of which ayikho engapropose kwamanje ngoba lama political parties alapha eParliament angama-beneficiaries. Isimo nje sibhekane naso. So noma i-apartheid yakwenza kodwa ukuqhubeka kwesystem le eyakhandwa i-apartheid iqhubeka ngoba i-government esinayo ayizange lithathe ithuba lokuthi rectify amaphutha lawo kunalokho. Bathe ngoba bona bayabenefita bangasibona isidingo sokuthi bawa-rectify lawo maphutha lawo. Inkinga nje sibhekane nayo eSouth Africa. Angiyibambe le video ngingaze ngikhulume kakhulu ngicine sengikubhora. Kodwa nje ngithe le nkulumo kaPresident uCyril Ramaphosa ingiphoqile ukuthi asike siubheke umlando kancane. Siubuke nje umlando kancane. Singawubuka futhi kodwa nje ngiyasaba ukwenza ama-video anje ngoba abantu base-South Africa ngomunye wabo we-value entertainment than izinto ezisilekelelayo. So ngiyazi ukuthi uma senza lama-video asibi nayo inhlanhla ukuthola ama-views amaningi kanti ngidinga ama-views. So kodwa-ke ngenxa yokuthi ngihlezi ngikusho lokho, ngenxa yokuthi nanginike imvumo yokuthi asiwenze lama-video and futhi niyangisapota uma siwenzile, yingakho ngingenankinga yokuwenza. kodwa nje ngiyasaba ukwenza abe maningi ngoba awezi ukwathola kuzoba nzima nje ukuhlanganisa nje 1000 views. Mina nawe sidibane kwivideo elandelayo. Ngiyabonga kakhulu.